Hi, I'm James Martini, and I'm a filmmaker. As a filmmaker, I make all kinds of films. Music videos, promotional videos, documentaries, and short films. In the nature of being an independent filmmaker, as well as the highest possible image quality, efficient codecs are equally as important.
You need portability. Technology recently has allowed for huge reduction in size and also improvement in the quality.
So, I'm gonna list my favorite top 10 film equipment. From drones, to gimbals, to monitors. Professional camera. Now, it's actually one of the most popular cameras, so I'm sure this is no surprise to anyone watching. It's won all kinds of awards, this little thing. DP Review Gold Award. And what's that? TIPA Award 2017. This is still my favorite camera, the GH5. Now it has in-body stabilization, 5-axis stabilization. It's 4K, Cine 4K, and a 10-bit 422. Now this is very important. Why is it important? Because it has 1 billion colors over the 8-bit, which only does 16 million colors. Anyway, so I've been using this camera for a good year and a half now, and I'll be honest with you, coming from the GH4, I love it so much more. I mean, I'm using the same lens, the Sigma Art1835, and the Metabone Speed Booster XL. It's a fair test, really, isn't it? So, not to take anything away from the GH5, with this combination, it actually allows you to have Super 35. Now, Super 35, if you don't know, is cinema standard in terms of sensor size. Effectively makes a 1.8 aperture lens into a 1.1 aperture. And what that allows is a super shallow depth of field. Bokeh, essentially, which is the Japanese word for blur, and you get this very cinematic look. And the lens by Sigma is very, very sharp indeed. That's my favorite camera setup, and I hope you enjoy it if you buy it. If you already own it, I'm sure you agree. The reason why I'm not holding this camera right now is because I'm filming with it. I love the GH5 and it's great. It does everything I need it to do, which is make amazing images for my filmmaking. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the GH5. I've done a whole video review on it. If you want to see, just click the link. I'm going to put maybe like a card up here or here. And you can see all about the GH5. And I'll talk about the GH5S as well. This is my favorite independent filmmaking camera. If I work for a big commercial thing, they tend to pick and they say, you're using this camera. But as my choice of camera, the GH5.
Mobile gimbal.
Zion Crane 2. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, the Smooth 3 by Zion. 2018 honorary, which means it's bloody good. My point is against all these other filmmakers, so they will get this product, try it out within the space of 1 to 2 days, just filming it, and then release it as quickly as possible so they can get loads and loads of views, and they're given advice on how good or bad it is. But imagine this, their review and their knowledge on that equipment is unraveling as they're doing the review. Take advice from somebody who's using equipment for a decent length of time and use it in various scenarios. So I've used this for a good 8 months solid now, and I love it. And if you've never tried mobile gimbals, try it, because it's great. It's aluminium body, it's light, it's portable, it holds plus-size phones, don't you know? Yes, and here it is, the Smooth 3. Now, as you can see, it looks pretty long. That's because I put this little thing on. A little mini tripod. Anyway, nice interface. can control all the functions of the phone regarding ISO, white balance and whatnot. It has loads of cool little features like tracking. You can track on your phone somebody and it will follow you. You know, that's all not quite small enough for your pocket unless you're a grunger who has these large excessive pocket sizes. It reminds me of the Zion Crane 2 in its build and its quality. That's a smooth free.
The mobile phone.
So, one of the greatest items that most of you do have, which is on my list, is the iPhone. There's a lot of technology packed into these iPhones. It's great for vlogs. It's something that I've been using it a lot for. And in combination with like a motorized gimbal, like this smooth free, you're going to get great footage. You can do up to 240 frames a second and even 4K filming at 60p. Or I'm editing some little quick video with the phone, which I rarely do, but the options are there. And if I'm monitoring, i.e. this, I can use my phone and the screen size is sufficient. So I use it a lot for audio recording. So I'll plug in like a ALEV mic and I can do decent recordings from it. Just the convenience alone, because you've always got your phone on you. So, and most people do take their pictures with their phones. Great multitaskers. So that's on my list of filmmaking gear.
Motorized gimbal.
The Crane 2 by Zion. So one great thing about this is that it has follow focus. Don't get too excited because it only works wirelessly for the Canon. You have to buy an external focus pull called servo follow focus. This is what can help you pull focus with your Zion Crane 2 if you don't have a Canon camera. It's about 60 quid. You just whack it on the front of your lens and just pull focus with your wheel on the front of the Zion Crane, really. Adds quite a bit more weight, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna, it might unbalance the crane a bit, overload it. Anyway, that's that. And it holds decent amount of weight. Now I use quite a heavy setup, so that it's quite lens heavy, so it needs to be even stronger in its motors. It smooths the footage out nicely, very, very nicely. Battery life is pretty good. It will last maybe 4 to 5 hours. I've done a few music videos where it's just died at the end of the shoot, but I had extra batteries, so I was okay. Whole massive interface, just basically control pretty much everything. You can half press as well from directly on the interface. I don't see no reason to update this. I think this came out last year. For the price, this is by far the best gimbal that exists on this planet right now. So I would say Zion Crane 2, go for it, yo!
360 camera.
Hello. Have you seen this before? It's called the Gear 360 by Samsung. And for me, this is the best introductory to 360. Now I have looked at all kinds of different cameras, and trust me when I say this is the best out there at the moment for your money. Very, very cheap, very consumer level, sure. But in terms of what you can achieve out of it, it's very good. Here it is. Now I named him Wibble because I absolutely love him. He's fantastic. He looks great. Little spaceman. Wibble, wibble, wibble. Now with this particular 360 camera, it has 180-degree angle, wide angle lens on the front and also the back. Pretty much like every single 360 camera out there. And a lot of its features are exactly the same too. An SD card slot here. You can put as much memory in there as you like and plug it into your computer and stitch it on your computer or on your phone. On and off button, you know, it makes lovely sounds too. They have little planet option which allows you to zoom right out and see yourself from a distance, like some creepo filming you from 10 meters away. But there's no creepo, it's you holding your camera. Thus, I have done my last 2 vlogs with this 360 camera, and believe me when I say they have been somewhat of an easier time, because you don't have to place it and make sure you're in frame or place it anywhere. You can just hold it here and up at random angles and you shall be fine and still be within frame. It has great stabilization, and it gets very noisy at night, and there's a lot of compression going on here. So if you want to get involved in 360 filming, I believe this to be one of the best ones you can start with at this point in time. Now if you have Final Cut Pro 4.4.4, then you're in luck, because you can edit very nicely with this, and you can add noise reduction, and stitching you will need to do either on your computer. I suggest you do it on your phone because it's so much quicker. I would probably only change it for the Insta360 One X. If you want to go for something slightly cheaper, Samsung Gear 2017.
$4K monitor.
Hello, look what I got here, sunshine. I got myself a Lilliput A7S. If you don't know what that is, it's not the camera Sony A7S. No, Sonny Jim. This is a monitor for your camera, son. Right? Basically, if you need 4K, you got a 4K camera, and you really want to see what kind of quality that you're actually filming, you want to see that detail, as you got noise and all that, well, this little bugger will show you. Do you know what I mean? So let's have a little look inside, shall we? Right, first off, it's got a rubber shell. Yeah, it's red. Do you like red? You don't like red? Take it off if you don't like it. But I leave it on. Do you know why I leave it on? I leave it on because I drop it all the bloody time. So it saves its life. It's quite light, which is what you want. 7-inch screen, decent size. It's got loads of functionality buttons here, which you can change things like painting. It's got false colours as well, if you like messing about with that. It's got like a thread on top and bottom, so you can kind of connect it like that hanging, or you can like put it from bottom. Do you know what I mean? On and off button, you want that. It's got a load of things at the back there where you can put in different batteries. Do you know what I mean? Also, it's got like a DC, so you can just plug it directly in the wall as well. It's got speakers on it as well. There's loads of options out there in a minute, but not many 4K screens. The only down thing about it is like 5 milliseconds lag. If you don't mind lag, this does lag, which is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So you're seeing like half a second later, fantastic. But nah, seriously, that's a downfall of this little monitor. But yeah, it can limit your use of it. But for the price, it's pretty good. Do you know what I mean? I'll leave a link in the description of all these items, obviously, and you can kind of check out the latest prices and whatnot. Anyway, that's the Lilliput 4K A7S, alright?
LED.
Right, so I've got a lovely LED. Now basically it's got 195 LEDs inside this little puppy, and basically what it does is it brightens up everything around you, because it's so powerful, mate, so powerful. And it takes these little Sony batteries, the same as like the Lilliput, any kind of monitor. These are generic LEDs, so I got this off Amazon for pretty cheap. There's loads of these little babies, and you can get them from all kinds of different prices, around $25 to $30. Now for what you get, these are insanely good. They're so light and small, you can pack a million of these little babies in your bag and take them with you and just pop them up around the room. They can even be a fill light, a side light. You can use them for all kinds of things. One downside of this, it doesn't have a DC, so you can't plug it in when you're near a socket. So anyway, that's the generic LED 195. I'm calling it 195 just because it's got 195 LEDs.
Directional and lav mic.
I have done a review on both of these two mics separately. If you want to have a little watch of that, I put it here or here, I don't know. So you can see the difference between a lav mic and a Rode mic, and what kind of situations you might want to be using them. So as a lav mic, I still use the A-Lav mic, which I've had for a few years now. It has great compression and it's very convenient when you can plug it directly into your camera, or you can plug it into like your iPhone or any kind of other audio recording device. Sound on it is pretty good and it really compresses it. Great mics. Check the review up here.
Drone.
Now, for drones. Phantom 3 Professional. Now, you all know this is pretty old. You say old. Old is a year old to you, isn't it? That's how it works, technology. 1 year old, that's old, that's old. Or, that was that last month, that's no good anymore. Well, if you believe that, you're more stupid than you look, son. Because this is brilliant. Let me tell you one thing about this. You tell me what's better on the most recent ones, right? Okay, so this drone is decent size, the same size roughly as the Phantom 4 Pro, which is one of the most recent Phantom ranges, right? Pro, still got the word Pro in it, innit? But it's number 3. So number 3, this came out late 2015. Now why have I still got it? One, because I bought it early 2016, right? And it was the best at the time. 2, there's been no improvements on the drones. Well, not significant enough for me to go and whack out another couple of grand on one. Not worth it, mate. Is the quality good enough still? Yes, it is. So I don't need to buy another one then, do I? No. Good. It's got a lovely gimbal here. 4K screen, cine 4K, same as the GH5. Amazing. Yeah, it's only 8-bit, but which is great, lovely jubbly. It's really smooth. This gimbal is absolutely fantastic, and this is already smooth as it is. Do you know what I mean? Gliding through the air with a gimbal. Imagine how smooth that is. It's bloody fantastic, son. All right. And, you know, it's pretty noisy, but which drone ain't? Do you know what I mean? Some of these drones, yeah, okay, they sound a little bit more shrill than others, some are a little quieter than others, but end of the day, it'll noise them up, isn't they? Do you know what I mean? Look, it's got like, you add in USB card, so you can add as much data as you want, fly it back, but, you know, you only got 25 to 30 minutes, like I say 30 minutes, probably 20 to 25 minutes to be safe, up in the air, do you know what I mean? Pretty good. That is standard today. It is a little bit big, yeah, sure. Something like the Mavic Air might be a better option if you really want that compact size, but I only really use it for pro work, do you know what I mean? It's good enough size, it's got a couple of sensors on there. It's not as clever as some of the newer stuff, but, you know, I'm going to be flying it anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, just say, right, do this and trust it, I'm taking control of it. Nice remote, right? And it goes miles out. Yeah, you got to keep it in eyesight, but if it's a really good daylight, you can see it a couple of miles away. Got intelligent modes just like some of the new ones. Follow me mode, waypoints, all kinds of stuff like that, do you know what I mean?
I would say if I was going to have any drone over this one, or they have to pay for another one, I would go for the Mavic 2 Pro. Now the image quality is better than this, but not significant enough for me, well, to warrant me buying a whole new drone. And yes, it's more compact, maybe half the size, but that's not a significant enough reason for me to purchase a new one. Anyway, so this gets amazing images. So that's the Phantom 3 Professional.
Listen to James Martini. I tell you what, buy the GH5 and the Sigma Art 1845 with the Metabone Speed Booster XL, buy the Xeon Crane 2, buy the Samsung Gear 300, what's it? 202, 20, buy the Phantom 3 Professional, buy the Smooth 3 for your mobile phone, iPhone 8 Plus. I really put 4K H7S. You should buy Rode Video Mac Pro, and then you should buy yourself a A11 mic by Aperture. You have a great filmmaking setup, great, and many people will come to you as long as you put across your good filmmaking techniques, you advertise yourself very well, you work hard, very hard, and you're a very good creative person, you know how to edit, you have good editing software, go buy yourself a Mac, a very fast one, buy yourself Final Cut Pro, the new one, 10.44.4 and then learn how to calculate, learn how to edit, and then you'll be fantastical. And call yourself something interesting so people remember you. Good luck, and I'm James Martini Films. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If not, then I'm very upset because I try very hard for you, and then you don't even give me a respect by liking it. Please leave your name in comment. I find you. I find you, and I not kill you, but I say why.